Today's adventure brings me to the small town of Boydton, Virginia. This is going to be an awesome day. We're going to hit some small towns on these back roads of Southern Virginia. And there's one town very specifically that I want to go see that's long been closed down. It's an abandoned town. It's called Union Level. A lot of cool history to Union Level. And it kind of lies between the towns of Boydton and South Hill. That's the places we're going to be hitting today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do some small town stuff today. It's going to be awesome. The town of Boydton. It's kind of hard for me to say that for whatever reason. This right here is the town hall, right here across the road from me. This town was actually founded in 1812 by Alexander Boyd, who owned the land and laid out the town. This town was formally incorporated in 1834. And that is the town hall. That's pretty epic looking. I kind of like that. I don't know what the heck that was. Was that like a lookout tower or something? Very interesting. And right next to it, look at that old gas station sign right there. You don't see those every day. That is pretty awesome. So now I've made my way over here to this epic looking structure. Right here on the corner of Madison and Washington is this place, and it's called the historic Boyd Tavern. And this is one of the oldest structures, if not the oldest structure, originally built in 1790. So this structure here, the Boyd Tavern, has been here longer than the town has officially been founded. I knew this spot was going to be epic. Yeah, that's nice. Really, really cool. And right here, as we look at the Boyd Tavern, you can see the town of Boyd water tower right behind it there. And right across the road from that, check out this old ghost sign right here. That is haunting. That looks awesome. It's got a little bit of stuff on there about fertilizers, seed, farm equipment, water pumps, tires and battery, hay. That must have been some kind of big supply store at one time. It just kind of took care of all your needs. So I made my way across the street from the old supply store mural. And they have yet another much newer looking, bright, colorful mural right here on the side of the building. Has their water tower painted on it and a horse. Somebody riding a horse. And look at these old buildings here. There ain't a lot of anything going on here, but we do have some plaques on some of these structures. Watson Company circa 1910. And there ain't a whole lot. There's nobody parking over here, which there's nobody in town today much. Just a few passerby people. As you can see, this used to be a store and it has been removed for whatever reason. Sometimes when you see places like this in towns, maybe they had a fire or something bad happened. They ended up just cutting losses and tearing it out. And this store right here, once again, it has another little plaque up here. It says Abraham Fine Department Store, reconstructed 1935, circa 1910. So this is definitely a reoccurring theme. All these stores on this street has like these little plaques on them to let you know what this used to be originally, which is pretty cool. Really nice thing to do if you have like an historic district. Wish more towns would do that. But I think this is the first time I've ever been to a town where you see like every storefront has, like this one's Coleman Grocery Store, circa 1931. But obviously today it's not a grocery store. It's actually a pharmacy. But nonetheless, I like that. I like preserving a little knowledge of what it used to be years and years ago. And right here is the Mecklenburg County Public Library here at 1294 Jefferson Street. Look at these big old white columns. I don't think I've ever seen a library look quite like this. It's pretty awesome. They have a lot of decorations out here for Halloween. Wow, look at this spook. This is creepy. It's like Pumpkinhead. Look at his teeth. Whew, my goodness, that's terrifying. His teeth kind of reminds me of candy corn a little bit. I think he's ate too many candy corn. All right, I think that's going to pretty much do it for me in this town. That was one creepy creature in front of that library. I think his saying is come read a book. If you don't, I eat your face off. His teeth was hideous. It was bad. But we're going to go ahead and hit the back roads and keep traveling toward South Hill and find this small ghost town I was telling you about. That is what the video is all about, is this ghost town. This thing, I've seen some pictures on it online. I read up about it a little bit, and I was like, I got to go see that. I got to go show some viewers this location because it is epic. Okay, welcome to the ghost town. The ghost town's having a yard sale supposedly. But right here is the small ghost town known as Union Level. Look at that. There's all the buildings, the structures right here. Union Level was established as a small crossroad community in the 19th century. Its location made it convenient for farmers, travelers moving goods between South Hill and Boydton, who we just left from, and the nearby towns. The town grew around the railroad, which brought commerce, visitors, and the Atlantic and Danville railways was especially important to its prosperity. I just noticed up there it says, "Welcome to Union Level, VA, ghost town in Virginia." Really cool little sign up there. Probably can't see it very well, but right across the street here, this first structure is called, it says C.P. Jones right there on the front side of the building. And from what I found online, C.P. Jones was an old drugstore. The next door here, this white building with the overhang front porch on it, this here was a general mercantile store. And this structure right here and this brick building right here next to the old mercantile store, this here was a grocery store. So this next structure right here with this phone pole right here in front of the building, this brick building, this here is the old Bank of Union Level, established in 1915 and closed by the Great Depression of the 1930s. Okay, so right there is the bank I told you about that closed in the 1930s because of the Great Depression. But right next to it, you have that brick building. I don't know what that used to be. Looks like another storefront, like a mercantile store maybe, general store. Right next to that used to be a white building, like a two-story building. I've seen a lot of photos online. And that was an old dance hall, which now it seems like it's been torn down and removed. The only thing left that was close by that dance hall is that big creepy tree right there. So I walked across the street and I do notice they do have no trespassing signs and private property signage up on the buildings themselves. But they do have parking, like right here next to this old white building where it says "Welcome to Union Level." You can actually park right down the street where I did. You can tell there's a little pull off. But they do have this location, and you can kind of see what the old floor looks like in here. Check that out. It looks pretty creepy. Some old couches. I'm sure people added that. Maybe a squatter or something or other maybe went in there. Who knows? It's pretty wild, pretty creepy looking structures. I don't think I would want to go rooting around in there. You never know what you might come and find out or stir up. All right, all that being said, I think it's time to take off now and head on to South Hill, and then we're going to wrap our vlog up today. Okay, I made it to South Hill. Check this out. Welcome home, it says. And there's about 4,700 people that calls South Hill home. And I really like this mural. Very happy, very pretty. Really awesome little spot. So let's go ahead and walk around town, see what we can see. And I believe they got I think they got a theater here. And you know what a big fan of old school theaters I am. So let's go walk around South Hill a little bit and then wrap our video up. Okay, I made my way down here to the corner of Danville Street and South Mecklenburg Avenue. And I come across this location. This here is called the Colonial Center for Performing Arts. And look at that old sign up there. Colonial, that is so awesome. So originally, this was named the Colonial Theater. And it was built in 1925 by a man by the name of Gilbert A. Saunders. He was a local businessman who also built the Lincoln Hotel here in South Hill. So I think it's really cool that they've kept this place going. And now it's a performing arts center for local talent. Made my way over here to the Chamber of Commerce, which is the old train depot here located in the town of South Hill. See, they still have some railroad tracks out here left behind. Looks like all the tracks have actually been removed. They just left these just for show. This is actually a train museum now also. I want to walk over here and check out this placard and see what this has to say about the area. So South Hill, it says, in 1889, South Hill's founding fathers laid out the town's boundary in a circle radiating of 5/8 of a mile from the point within intersection of Atlantic and Danville Railway tracks and the Boydton Plank Road, which is now US Route 1. South Hill was incorporated as a town on February 16, 1901, and remained one of the only 3 circular municipalities in the United States until the annexation in 1967. Tobacco brought to the market at the town's many warehouses greatly influenced South Hill's growth and economy. By 1907, it was the 3rd largest flu-cured tobacco market here in the state of Virginia. So right here on South Mecklenburg Avenue in East Main Street is this structure, this storefront right here. It says W.H. Crowder on it, and it says 1910 up there at the top. But the weird thing is this building was actually constructed in 1902, and it was originally orientated, or the entrance faced toward the railroad tracks here in town, which that would have been over here, because right here is the old South Hill train depot. So back in the day, East Main Street, where you see East Main Street right here at the time, the front of the store would have faced that. So in 1910 is when they actually enlarged the front of the store, remodeled and reorientated to face South Mecklenburg Street, how we see today. So that's why it says 1910 up there. That's just when they remodeled everything and made it face South Mecklenburg Street, where originally in 1902, the W.H. Crowder building was actually facing this direction to where the railroad tracks would have been laid. All right, my friends, I think that is going to pretty much wrap up my video today. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at some of these small towns kind of hidden on the back roads of Southern Virginia. Had a great day. Just wanted to come over here and get one little shot of this old train caboose right here. Norfolk and Western on the side of it. Pretty awesome. Nice little train depot here. They've turned into a train museum. Pretty awesome there. And look at this ride right here. How cool is that? So that's going to definitely wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the old ghost town of Union Level and everything else I showed today. I had a really good time. That being said, so long from South Hill, Virginia. Hope everybody had a great time. I know I did. Till next time, friends, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe. Hope to see you all again soon. It's time to head back to North Carolina. Yeah, man, that's a nice ride. That is definitely what I call a classic. This is a Falcon. Made by the Ford Motor Company. That's some real serenity there.